Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about an eating disorder that a lot of people haven't heard about, and it's an eating disorder that is often confused with anorexia, and that's because it has the same sort of obsessive compulsive traits as anorexia, but there is a major difference. And the problem is that because people don't understand and recognize this eating disorder, people often diagnosed with anorexia and therefore aren't treated in the right way because every different eating disorder requires a different treatment. And also it means that a lot of people aren't diagnosed at all, and therefore their lives are consumed and they can't live a normal life, and a lot of people it is extremely dangerous, as I will explain. This is an eating disorder called orthorexia, and it is an eating disorder that I have suffered from, and I'm going to explain it through my experiences because I think that's the best way for you to understand it. It is an extremely dangerous eating disorder, and it is when you have an extreme unhealthy obsession with food, with healthy food, that is, with healthy food, with healthy eating. You're completely obsessed by it, and it's completely all-consuming. And that is why it is awful. It may not have as many dangerous health side effects and symptoms, but it is dangerous in your mental health because it is all-consuming. You cannot live a normal life. Your life is completely consumed, just the way that it is when you have anorexia and bulimia or obsessive compulsive eating disorder. It's all you think about, it's all you dream about, it's there 24/7. So it ruins your relationships, your ability to work, study, live a normal life, which is crucial to our well-being as people. We should be able to live a normal life. So what happens is a lot of people get obsessed with eating the right sorts of foods. They cut out certain food groups, they get obsessed with ingredients, whether things have got additives, preservatives, whether they're processed, whether they're pre-made, and it gets completely intoxicating. You get completely smothered by it and fascinated and obsessed by all of these things. And the way that I want to show how it's different to anorexia is I was completely obsessed with ingredients. I would not eat anything that I hadn't made, and it had to have some. I only would eat things really that had one ingredient in it, and it had to be made from me, and it had to be bought that day. I couldn't buy anything or have anything that basically wasn't a vegetable or a fruit or a nut. I got so obsessed that I would even make my own milk out of almonds. I couldn't eat outside. I couldn't talk to people because all I was thinking about was oh my god, did something start accidentally slip into my food? Was it processed? Did I get an additive in there somehow? And I got so obsessed. I couldn't buy fruit from supermarkets because I was petrified they'd put something in it that had some sort of additive, even though I got it organically. And the major difference I want to show between my anorexia and orthorexia is I remember my friend saying, right, you need to deal with this, you need to confront it, and took me out for lunch. And I bought just a smoked salmon salad, and all it had was lettuce, some smoked salmon, and some tomatoes and cucumber, not even a dressing, you could put the dressing on yourself. And I put it in front of me, and I think all of you will probably relate if you've had an eating disorder. I broke down. I couldn't eat it. I was distraught. I was absolutely distraught. I just completely broke down. I was hysterical. And it wasn't because of calories. It wasn't because I was scared it would make me fat. No, I was scared to put something in it. I think that's the major difference as well between orthorexia and anorexia, is that you're not usually in orthorexia, you're not obsessed or concerned about body image. It's not about body image. It's not about losing weight. It's not about that at all, and that's the thing. I sort of slipped into orthorexia when I was recovering from anorexia. I wanted to gain weight, I wanted to be healthy, and I was really pro-recovery, and I was in a really good place with wanting to gain weight, and that shows what orthorexia is. It's just completely obsessive, and it's so difficult to get out of. It's petrifying, absolutely petrifying. That salad to me was terrifying, absolutely terrifying. I couldn't sleep afterwards for nights because I couldn't eat it. I had a few leaves of it and I broke down. I couldn't do it. And it is dangerous because I lost a considerable amount of weight. because of this healthy eating obsession, because of my orthorexia, and it made me have a lot of health problems that I still deal with, and it did get critical. I dropped to a weight where they said that if I carried on with my orthorexic eating, I would die, and it was very scary. It was petrifying to hear them words. You will die, and the problem was even though it wasn't that I was at a critical weight. My weight was very low, so I couldn't be put into inpatient treatment. It was just how bad my immune system had got, how bad my body had deteriorated because of it. So I couldn't find a way to get me into hospital, because I wasn't anorexic, and it's just mind-boggling, isn't it? But that's the way that the NHS and hospitals work, unfortunately. So I had to do it on my own, and it's the same sort of overcoming as you need to deal with it with anorexia and bulimia. The mindset is completely different, and you need to treat the mind differently, but it's the same as you have to confront it. There's no other way. Confrontation, forcing yourself, because you can do it. You're the person that can eat the food, and there's no other person that can make you do that. It all comes from you. Someone can put food in front of you, but at the end of the day, it's got to be you. It's got to come from you, and that's a lot of the things that I speak about before. So, orthorexia is a horrible illness, and unfortunately, it has killed people. There is people that have died, and it's unfortunate because their illness wasn't treated properly, and their illness isn't recognised, and they couldn't get the help they wanted. So my main thing for you is, because obviously it's not really recognised with doctors, is to use internet resources. Use them to your advantage, because there are a lot of good internet resources that talk about orthorexia. Also, I think it's important that you print off some of these things and take them to the doctor, because a lot of doctors haven't heard about it. So you can give that to your doctor so they can get an understanding, because they need to understand as well. And you need to talk to your family about it. Give people use these resources. Give them to your family and friends so they can understand and help you, because it's frustrating, because people keep saying to you that you haven't got an eating disorder because you don't want to lose weight, or you don't have a bad body image. And it's so frustrating, because you're like, I do have an eating disorder. I kept going to the doctor and being like, I have an eating disorder. I know this is an eating disorder. I can't leave the house because I'm petrified of the food out there, of the drink out there. I can't do anything. I'm scared that the minute I take it out outside my front door, something will get on it, something from the air. And it was crazy. And but they didn't recognise it, and it's very frustrating. As you have to pressurise, you have to force and encourage people to learn, because that's what people need to do. They need to learn about orthorexia and the awful illness it is. So my heart goes out to you if some of you have watched this and recognise that perhaps you have orthorexia, or that your anorexia is confused with orthorexia, or even your bulimia. Or no, perhaps not, but with your anorexia. So please contact me as always. I'm sorry if I've been a bit delayed. I've been very hung up with work, and I've got bloody loads of work. PhD's driving mad. So I will reply to you. It may just take a few days, so please be patient with me. Alright, much love to you all, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.